In addition to the computer operating system and office software businesses that have begun to make profits, other software businesses have not yet made profits, but their businesses are already in full swing. After reaching cooperation with computer manufacturers such as HP, Dell, Huawei, and Lianxiang, Baichen server systems have begun to be installed and used on a small scale. However, most customers have little confidence in Baichen server systems. They are still in the wait-and-see stage, which is expected. Middle. In addition to the above-mentioned companies, the marketing department has reached relevant cooperation agreements with two other major domestic server manufacturers, Hailang Group and Shuguang Group. The two major companies will launch servers equipped with Baichen server systems. In addition to the server system, Baichen database has also been included in the inspection scope of the two major companies and is currently undergoing all-round testing. Luo Yang is quite satisfied with the business progress of the server system and database. The situation in the domestic server market is relatively complex and the competition is very fierce. In addition to the three traditional giants IDM, HP, and Beast BoneScript, Dell, Warwick, Oceanwave, and Shuguang have also performed well in recent years. However, Unix systems and Linux systems have dominated the server market for many years, and it is not something that Baichen technology can shake in a short time. This is exactly the opposite of the situation in the personal computer market, because server systems value stability and security more, and Baichen server systems need more sufficient data to prove themselves. In addition to the server market, mini computers are also an area that Baichen server system will enter. In terms of databases, several major state-owned enterprises are still continuing to test, and it is difficult to speed up. Everyone is worried that other problems will arise, especially in the financial industry. Once there is a problem with the database, the losses caused are no less than a collapse. In terms of Aurora Search, user activity is still growing rapidly. As the second largest search engine in China, Aurora Search's reputation is better than Chengdu. However, because the company insists on not placing ads, Aurora Search's current profit is still negative and continues to throw money in there. Aurora's payment department currently does not charge cash withdrawal and transfer fees, and its credit, financial management, and other businesses are temporarily closed, so it is not profitable. Moreover, all aspects of advertising, local promotion, publicity, etc. cost money, and it has been losing money. The Egret Cloud department has been in a state of loss before being acquired by Baichen Technology, and it is not yet profitable. After deducting a series of previous acquisition expenditures and after summary by the finance department, the company currently has a cash flow of 65.05 billion yuan in its account, 65 billion yuan, which is still 135 billion yuan short of the 200 billion yuan Luo Yang plans to invest in the semiconductor and graphene industries. However, the investment amount is not all at once, but will be carried out in batches. The first phase of investment is expected to be 30 to 50 billion yuan. Luo Yang began to consider the allocation of this fund. This money cannot be fully withdrawn at once, and other businesses of the company also need funds. Luo Yang found the company's investment plan report, which contained a series of investment plans drawn up by the company, most of which were internet businesses and were submitted by He Siyuan not long ago. Aurora Search Department plans to add three major businesses: online translation, online encyclopedia, and online map. It is also developing other sub-projects, including Aurora Input Method, Aurora Picture Recognition, etc. The online translation project is independently developed by Baichen Technology and is preparing to launch the 1.0 internal beta version. The online encyclopedia and online map business are prepared to be carried out through the acquisition of companies. The search engine department plans to invest 150 million yuan to fully acquire Orange Network Company. The company's Orange Encyclopedia business ranks among the top 5 in the Longwei Internet Encyclopedia market. After the acquisition is completed, Orange Network will become the second subsidiary of Aurora Search. Level department and changed its name to Aurora Encyclopedia. Aurora Encyclopedia will be redesigned, relevant information will be updated, and various activities will be launched to increase user interaction. The search engine department plans to invest 600 million yuan to fully acquire Pengcheng K-Lite Company. The company was once the largest vehicle map provider in China and has Class A map surveying qualifications. In recent years, due to the company's operational strategy issues, its current market share has continued to decline. The company has car navigation, mobile online maps, and web online map services, but a lot of the data is out of date and has not been updated in a timely manner. After the acquisition is completed, the company's map business will be renamed Aurora Map, merged into Aurora Search, and become a secondary department. After the acquisition, personnel from the parent company will be sent to take over, and some funds will need to be invested to remap and update its map data. Below the report, there are detailed information about the two major companies. Luo Yang is no stranger to Orange Encyclopedia and Kelly's Map. Luo Yang took a closer look and found that the problem was not big. These acquisition projects were submitted by each major business department, and then the investment department and the finance department jointly reviewed the acquisition target, gave a valuation price, and finally came up with a set of only after the complete acquisition plan is completed will it be handed over to Luo Yang for a final decision. After thinking about it, Luo Yang signed his name on the two acquisition documents, approving the acquisition. Now that Aurora Search has established a firm foothold, we can start to increase our branches. The previous Aurora Search was like a newly planted sapling, bare without any branches or leaves. Now this sapling has successfully survived and started to grow new buds. Sooner or later, Aurora Search will grow into a towering tree. As for Bailu Cloud, it is preparing to continue to expand the number of data centers. Before being acquired, Egrid Technology had already selected a location for the construction of a new phase of data center. However, due to funding issues, there was no follow-up, so it prepared to conduct Series C financing. Now backed by Reborn Technology, Egrid Cloud site selection plan was submitted again. After joint approval by the investment department and finance department, it appeared on Luo Yang's desk. Egrid Cloud plans to invest $7 billion to build 5 ultra-large data centers and 30 large data centers in the Yangtze River Delta, Pearl River Delta, Beijing Delta, as well as the central and western regions, thus completely covering the whole country. The specific locations are as follows. There are two investment plans. The first one is the original plan of Egrid Technology, which plans to invest 5 to 6 billion yuan to open a total of 35 large data centers in China, Southeast Asia, Europe, and the United States. Currently, due to the all-out war between Reborn Technology and Microsoft Corporation, the overseas market business is in jeopardy. The investment department is not optimistic about building overseas data centers at this time, so it rejected the original plan. The second plan is to invest 7 billion. These 5 ultra-large data centers will become the key nodes of Egrid Cloud, enough to support the huge data business nationwide. Regarding the location selection of the new data center, the investment department and the finance department have jointly sent a professional team to conduct on-site inspections and tested third-party data to confirm that the location is suitable for a large data center. Once construction begins, it will take about 2 years to complete. Of course, if you use money ability, the time will be accelerated a lot, but in this way, the final construction cost is estimated to exceed an additional 500 million. And there is another problem, that is, the server to be purchased after the data center is established. Luo Yang must consider the possibility of Intel cutting off chip supply. Therefore, server buyers should have multiple choices. After clarifying the company's investment plan, Luo Yang made a decision on the use of the funds. Of the 65 billion yuan, 8 billion was first set aside for the acquisition plan submitted by He Siyuan, 7 billion was used as the company's cash reserves, and 50 billion was set aside separately to invest in the semiconductor industry and the graphene industry respectively. As of now, Reborn Technology does not have any bank debt and is traveling with ease. After the plan was completed, Luo Yang dialed Ouyang Ming's phone number, and the other party was a little surprised. Is Reborn Technology determined to enter the semiconductor industry? That's right. Luo Yang didn't hold back and expressed his thoughts directly. It's not our style not to fight back when beaten. We are more accustomed to taking the initiative. Sooner or later Intel will end up participating in the sanctions, so Reborn Technology has decided to enter the semiconductor field. We are prepared to invest at least 100 billion yuan into the semiconductor industry in 2 years, and the first phase of capital investment will be no less than 30 billion yuan. Reborn Technology is preparing to get involved in these 4 major aspects: chip architecture, chip design, EDA software, and lithography machines. However, we do not plan to start from scratch. Instead, we plan to acquire several Longhua companies as an entry point. One of our current plans is to acquire Longxin, a subsidiary of Longka Academy, and Longda Jiutian, a subsidiary of Longhua Electronics Group. We also have the idea of investing in Xinchang Microelectronics. Reborn Technology is planning to design a new chip architecture from scratch, using a simplified instruction set. Longxin has been studying the MIPS architecture for more than 10 years and has its own achievements in many aspects of the simplified instruction set. This is what Reborn Technology is interested in. Faced with the investment plan proposed by Luo Yang, Ouyang Ming did not dare to neglect and directly reported it to a higher level place. Although Ouyang Ming is from Jay's side, at this moment he also serves as the mouthpiece between Luo Yang and Longwei officials. For example, for this investment plan, Luo Yang needs to keep the entire process confidential. Mr. Luo, your proposal comes too suddenly. The upper management will need to consider it for some time. Ouyang Ming quickly called and informed Luo Yang of the news from his superiors. Okay, you can contact me directly after the results are available. Luo Yang is not surprised. Such a huge plan involving hundreds of billions of investments cannot be decided in a short time. Regarding the investment in graphene technology, Luo Yang also made relevant arrangements and began to let Zhou Hao secretly pay attention to senior talents in graphene. When it comes to poaching people, as long as the money is in place, most of the corners are easy to pry. After entering November, Longwei Internet began to warm up for the annual Double 11 war. Just as many e-commerce companies were sharpening their skills, the second wave of bad news came again. In the United States, the New York Times. This newspaper reported that today, on the morning of November 2, three major technology giants, Microsoft, IBM, and Beast Bones, jointly submitted an information security review report to the U.S. Congress. The report declares that it is very necessary for the U.S. Congress to conduct an information security review of Beichin technology. The reason is that Beichin technology may collect sensitive user data and eavesdrop on important U.S. information through computer operating systems, office software, search engines, databases, and other businesses. This will pose as a huge threat to the national security of the United States. At the same time, in view of the fact that Beichin technology has seriously damaged the rights and interests of the three major companies through disrupting normal market prices and other bad means, IBM and Beast Bones have also joined Microsoft's camp and will form the MIO Alliance, announcing that it will implement an all-round ban on Beichin technology. The products of the MIO Alliance will not be able to coexist with Beichin technology, which means that users can only choose between products of Beichin technology and the MIO Alliance. At present, the U.S. Congress has officially accepted the security report and will hold a hearing for discussion. If the hearing approves the results of the report, Beichin technology will face a ban from the United States and will be forced to withdraw from the U.S. market. At the same time, the Commander-in-Chief of the United States, Wang Dong, also stated on Tweet that no one understands information security better than him, and he will approve this security report as soon as possible. At the same time, he also expressed dissatisfaction with Congress, believing that the review of TikTok should be stepped up, and urging ByteDance to sell it as soon as possible. Finally, he also emphasized, the security of the United States must not be in the hands of others. When the news spread back to China, it immediately caused a huge sensation. After a series of dragon state companies encountered sanctions, Beichin technology finally faced sanctions from the United States. At this moment, Longwei is already in a state of chaos. Here he comes, he's here. Ever since Beichin technology released the computer operating system, I knew this day would come sooner or later. The last company to be sanctioned was ByteDance, and this time it's finally Beichin technology's turn. The United States is determined to destroy us. Any company that makes a breakthrough in the technological field will be the target of the United States' full attack. IBM and Oracle are furious. The enterprise-level database released by Beichin Technology has directly stolen the hometowns of the two giants, haha. I heard that IBM is negotiating with major state-owned enterprises to sign exclusive agreements. Any user who purchases an IBM server is not allowed to use Beichin database. Otherwise, they will not be allowed to purchase IBM servers for customers who forcibly transfer data to Beichin database. The middle IBM refuses to bear any losses caused. Not only IBM, but also Animal Bone Inscriptions also put forward similar conditions. Damn it, isn't this forced buying and selling? Let's just stop doing this and eliminate all the servers and databases of IBM and Beast Bone Script. I am an employee in the financial industry. It is impossible to completely eliminate IBM. The current stability of domestic servers and server systems is even worse. The financial industry attaches great importance to the stability of servers and databases. Once data is lost, the losses will be huge. What about HP? Didn't they reach a strategic cooperation with Beichin Technology? Their servers should be pretty good. The people above are too optimistic. If the US Congress announces a ban, HP will probably be the first to terminate its partnership with Beichin Technology. We still don't know how wide the ban will be. If Beijing technology is only banned from entering the United States, there is still hope. Netizens are talking a lot. The media who responded quickly came to the downstairs of Beijing building immediately, hoping to interview some inside information, but they were stopped outside by Beijing security personnel. The entire Beijing building was like a clockwork alarm clock, running busily. The conference room was filled with gloom at this moment. Since the war with Microsoft began, this was the second time the company had fallen into such a gloomy situation. Han Feng and He wanted to smoke a few cigarettes at this moment, but they couldn't hold it back. At this moment, Luo Yang walked in. Mr. Luo. Brother Luo. Everyone said hello. Luo Yang nodded, and after getting the news immediately, Luo Yang came to the conference room. Mr. Luo, if the United States really issues a ban on Beijing technology, what should we do? Everyone's eyes turned to Luo Yang. What should we do? Of course we can use it as a warning. Soldiers will come to block it, and water will come and the earth will cover it up. Compared with the murderous look on Luo Yang's face the last time he went to war with Microsoft, this time, Luo Yang's face was very calm. The company must be prepared to completely abandon overseas business. If the United States does not move, it will be a thunderous strike. Let us not forget what happened to Warwick. Everyone looked at each other, as they were naturally familiar with Warwick's experience. The United States attack methods are nothing more than three axes. The first move is to block the attack within the United States. Back then, the 4th Division kept retreating in the face of Warwick and was beaten to the doorstep, which prompted the United States to take action. TikTok has risen strongly globally and has become the most active social platform in the United States. Even the social giant Facebook cannot defeat TikTok. Later, Facebook lobbied the US Congress with the same reason of threatened national security. Then TikTok was sanctioned by the United States. At the same time, Penguin's Weixin and Ali's payment packages were also forcibly removed from the shelves in the United States by Answa's system and Fruit system. The second move is to completely cut off supply. Zhongting, Warwick, and domestic memory manufacturer Fuzhou Jinhua have all been threatened by the United States cutting off the supply of industrial software. Without industrial software, the business of Zhongting and Fuzhou Jinhua directly and completely paralyzed. Especially for the three giants of EDA software, once the supply is cut off, the business of any semiconductor manufacturer will come to a halt. The third move is a global ban. The scope of the ban has been expanded from the United States to the world. Countries around the world, led by the United States, will respond to the US ban and comprehensively ban sanctioned companies. Warwick's 5G communication equipment is used in many countries. They have been forcibly demolished, and the trend is getting worse. Luo Yang knocked on the table to attract everyone's attention and then said, TikTok was blocked because Facebook was unable to compete with it, so it found its end in the US Congress. Similarly, the three giants, Microsoft Stock Market, IDM Company, and Beast Bone Text Company, are constantly retreating in the face of Beijing Technology's offensive. They realize that they cannot defeat Beijing Technology with their own strength, so just like Facebook, the Latin American Congress is in trouble. Beijing Technology is an internet technology company and has not yet been involved in the hardware business. If the United States launches a ban, it is estimated that we will be treated more harshly than TikTok. Although we have reached cooperation with the 6 major computer manufacturers, we must consider the worst-case scenario and be prepared for comprehensive overseas business. Mr. Luo, our loss is too great. Lu Bai, the head of the investment department, looked unwilling at this moment. Old Lu, we are in a war now, and we cannot focus on the gains and losses of one city or one place. Luo Yang looked at Lu Bai. This man in his early 30s used to work in an investment bank in the United States. He was later hired back by the well-informed Zhou Hao to take charge of the investment department of Beijing Technology. This is different from your job in an investment bank. The current overseas market is like a vegetable field for Beijing Technology. We need to cut a crop of leeks before being kicked out by bullies. Cut leeks? Everyone's faces were full of get up expressions, as if they were saying, Mr. Luo, are you kidding me? Luo Yang spread his hands helplessly. In fact, I was ready to give up overseas business from the beginning, because I knew very well that neither Microsoft nor the United States would allow us to continue to seize customers. Since we have to exit sooner or later, we might as well cut a crop of leeks first. At least the overseas business can contribute a large amount of cash income to Bachin Technology. After Bachin Technology wins the domestic market, we will return to the overseas market again. Then it will be time for us to harvest the remaining leaks. Everyone said that Mr. Luo has the final say. Luo Yang's calmness also calmed everyone's mood. This is the influence of being a core figure in the company. As for the Mio Alliance's ban, there is no need to take it too seriously. Bachin Technology has been a life-or-death enemy with the three giants from the beginning. Originally, Longbo planned to use domestic servers and databases to replace the products of the three giants. Now the three giants are threatening domestic corporate users to force them to choose one. This is an opportunity for us to rise. The only prerequisite for the replacement is that the comprehensive performance of domestic servers can reach the level of the products of the three giants. The servers of IDM and Beast Bone Script have strong performance, good stability, and powerful scalability. This is the technical advantage of the established manufacturers. As for domestic servers, Warwick, Hailang, and Shuguang currently have the most products, but they have the most complete product lines. Yes, it should be Wave Company. The stability of domestic servers is still relatively poor. The hardware problems are not big. The main problems are the operating system and database. This aspect happens to be Bachin Technology's strength. Hanfeng, please contact these three companies, and then send a technical team from each to stay directly at the manufacturer to help them debug the server. As long as the products are strong enough, the products of IDM and Beast Bone Script are not irreplaceable. Just like the supply cutoff crisis caused by Microsoft, which led to the rapid rise of Bachin system, the alternative plan between IDM and Beast Bone Script is equivalent to giving up the server market. The meat is already in your mouth, how can you not eat it? Okay. Hanfeng nodded, already a little eager to try. Facing the ban, Bachin Technology must not only respond passively, but also fight back. Everyone's ears suddenly perked up, and they were looking forward to Luo Yang's prepared counterattack. Just like the last time Microsoft announced a ban, Luo Yang directly and forcefully announced anti-ban measures, causing Microsoft's stock price to fluctuate. This time, facing the fierce and aggressive North American giants, what kind of counterattack will Luo Yang have? Next, let's do this. As Luo Yang narrated, everyone present had expressions on their faces. Is Mr. Luo's plan too whimsical? What a magical brain circuit! How could Mr. Luo think of launching a counterattack from this aspect? This method is a bit naughty, haha. Luo Yang's counterattack plan shocked everyone. These are the counterattack methods currently prepared. I will personally be responsible for the implementation of this plan. The United States will not give us too long to prepare. We must seize the time and adjourn the meeting. Everyone dispersed in a hurry, and now that Luo Yang has formulated a series of countermeasures, are they still worried about a goal? Just do it and it's done. The entire company is running wildly again, and the reporters standing guard at the door can already smell the smoke. A war is about to break out. After Hanfeng contacted the three major server manufacturers, he sent 3 technical teams, while Luo Yang made several calls. Finally, after dusk fell, the reporters all left, and then he led a team of people there in a low-key manner. Somewhere in a hotel that had been arranged somewhere, a team of people in suits and ties were already waiting. Hello, Mr. Luo. Facing the newly rising giant company, and with Luo Yang, the founder of the company in the limelight, personally leading the team, the other team's supervisor did not dare to neglect. We have booked this hotel, and the entire process will be kept confidential. Luo Yang nodded, then the two sides started a secret negotiation. After the negotiation, the other party will become one of Luo Yang's backup players for counterattack. November 3, United States, the hearing was officially held. As the submitters of the security report, Microsoft Corporation, IDM Corporation, and Beast Bone Script Corporation all sent senior executives to attend. The Commander-in-Chief of the United States, King Wang, also entered the venue surrounded by bodyguards. Members of Congress also entered the venue one after another. Reporters from many world-renowned media outlets have arrived outside the Congress, waiting for first-hand news. This hearing was very long, a whole morning had passed. Domestically, the two sides are divided over the decision of whether to ban Bachin Technology. The first is the strong party that supports the ban. Its supporters include the 3 major companies Microsoft, IDM, and Beast Bone Script, as well as the Commander-in-Chief of the United States, Mr. Wang. Damn Bachin technology has spread crazily around the world. If it is not stopped now, the losses to American companies will only increase in the future. Microsoft's share price has evaporated by $200 billion US. This is a huge loss for the United States. Gentlemen and ladies, think about it. When the Bachin computer system spreads to the whole world one day, your every word and deed will be secretly recorded and uploaded to the cloud, and finally fall into the hands of the Dragon Kingdom. Our privacy will no longer exist. Bachin technology can use its products to conduct pervasive eavesdropping on the United States. We implemented the eavesdropping plan and successfully monitored the whole world. At that time, we were the king of the internet. But what now? Longway can completely use Bachin technology and TikTok to carry out anti-eavesdropping on us. A congressman who supported the ban expressed his opinion hoarsely. Quiet, quiet. The noise at the scene was so noisy that the speaker had to bang the hammer. I opposed the ban on Bachin technology. Everyone, take a closer look. Since our leader came to power, he has started a series of sanctions against Longwa companies. What is the result now? As the world's second largest economy, the Eastern Dragon is already awakening. Our series of strikes not only failed to kill it, but actually accelerated its awakening. Since the ban began, the stocks of many American companies have plummeted. Now there is a chip shortage crisis around the world. American car manufacturers can no longer even buy chips for car manufacturing. On the other hand, the sanctions against the Dragon Kingdom seem to be effective, but in fact, they are exactly the opposite. Warwick's 5G technical standards have been implemented throughout the Dragon Kingdom. However, due to sanctions, the entire Dragon Kingdom's attention has turned to the semiconductor industry. In the field of operating systems, the freak Bachin technology has appeared. Whenever we sanction something, the desperate Dragon State will try its best to develop something. When they break through the blockade of this industry, that will be the day American companies fall. And what about our leading student in TNT? I heard that his companies have been going bankrupt. But his personal wealth has been increasing crazily. Based on the above reasons, I think it is very necessary to impeach him. Because I very much doubt that Commander-in-Chief Wang Dit is a spy sent by the Mao Shong Kingdom. Good guy, the entire audience was in an uproar, especially the last sentence, which can be said to be a very serious accusation. What was a good hearing turned into a battle between the donkey and the elephant. In the melee, it was not known whose shoes were thrown directly on the king. Understand that Wang's entire face looks bad. Asterisk asterisk. After a series of words that couldn't be broadcast, the King of Understanding finally got angry and left the field directly to participate in the battle, and the chaos escalated again. By the time the war ended, the sun was already setting, and the sleepy media finally received the news. Representatives of the three major companies, as well as Wang Dong, walked out with expressions of victory, while the opposition members of parliament had expressions of dissatisfaction and their ties were a little crooked. Damn giant. The congressman cursed in his mind. Next, it will be me who announces the final outcome of the hearing. Walking onto the stage of the temporary press conference that had been prepared for a long time, Mr. Wang showed an expression of victory. The reporters from the overseas branch of the official media felt their hearts skip a beat when they heard this. Bachin Technology's situation is extremely critical. As a gust of cold wind blew by, the chilling atmosphere of early winter filled the air. It was like an incoming powerful cold air, trying to freeze all living things on the ground.